back to my channel. This is Jude. I wanted to ask you a question. Do you believe that the Eucharist is the consecrated or the sacred body and blood of Christ? We as Catholics are the only Christians that believe that the Eucharist contains the real presence of Jesus, not just a symbol. So I'm really curious to find out, and please leave comments below on your feeling about this, because this is a very important issue for our Catholic faith. The Eucharist being the consecrated body, blood, soul, divinity of our Lord Jesus is the very core of our beliefs. So a recent Pew Research study found that only 1/3 of Catholics surveyed believed that the real presence of Christ is in the Eucharist. So it really shocked me. I was really taken back by that. And one of my go-to expert theologians is Bishop Robert Barron. If you haven't, which it's very unlikely that you don't know who he is, but he's the auxiliary bishop of Los Angeles and a leading expert on anything Catholic, the faith, and I'm going to link below a wonderful explanation that he recently gave on his Word on Fire podcast and video, just explaining why we believe as Catholics in the true real presence of Christ. So basically he said that it is due to many different things, but one of the components is a lack of proper catechesis. So one of the things that I hoped to do with my channel is to educate and discuss and inform those that may not be familiar with the Catholic faith, and even those of us that are cradle Catholics that maybe need a boost and a re-energizing of our faith and a re-understanding of our faith. So this is what really helped me to realize the importance that we need to understand why we are going to Mass. And this is going to bring about a new series called The Understanding of the Mass. So I really want to explain the reasons why we do what we do in Mass, because I think a lot of us who were born into the faith really go through the motions almost. I want to be honest about it, just to say that we really, if we took a deeper meaning and understanding of why we do what we do, hopefully that will bring you more in communion, literally, with the beauty of each part of the Mass. And I really encourage you to stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, please do, so you'll be notified when my videos come out about this. So I wanted to say just that I have hope for our faith, and sometimes the cleansing is necessary in order to really purify and just bring about a change. And it obviously is time for a change. And I want to just share something that I read. Father Bradley Zamora, who's the director of liturgy at Mundelein Seminary in Illinois, said that as a person of faith, as someone who has chosen to follow Christ as a disciple, you have to be willing to enter into the narrative of what we believe. You have to be willing to give your heart completely to Christ. You have to put on the eyes of faith. You have to open your ears to the very voice of Christ. This is the disposition, as difficult as it may be, that our faith begs each and every one of us. When we gather for the Eucharist, we see and hear things happening in front of us. But beneath what we see and what we hear is the very paschal mystery coming to life before our eyes. As a personal note, I love to sit as close as possible to the altar, because I really want to be totally focused when the priest holds up the precious body and holds up the chalice, the precious blood of Christ, to really focus on that without any distractions and realize what an honor it is every time we go to Mass and it's celebrated that we are in His true presence. So stay tuned for future episodes of Understanding the Mass. I think it's really important. I really welcome your comments about this. How do you feel about the Eucharist? Let me know. And I really want this to be a really sharing platform and an open platform. So if you haven't subscribed, please do, and like and comment on this video. And until next time, friends, as always, peace be with you.